More drifting, this time in the Sprinter Trueno with the Initial D livery. I'm just going to get straight into it. I have already named the settings sheet. Got comfort hard tires. I'm going to do a drive with basically stock modifications, or no modifications. These are the, this is the setting sheet. I'm going to drive it as it is and see how it is to drift specifically. Second gear. I don't think there's enough horsepower to drift this all the way. It's a little bit wobbly. Okay. There's a lot of weight shifts, and the differential is not the limited slip differential. Whoa. So this is rather difficult. The roll bars are not stiff enough. I can hear the beeping, the classic Initial D beeping of this car, or actually the classic Trueno beeping that's emulated in Initial D. Beeping after 100 kilometers per hour. So basically, I'm not good enough to drift this car stock. All right. So I'm gonna do some quick changes. Basic, generic drifting setup. I'm not gonna test every setting that I can possibly get to make it perfect. Just going to do the suspension first. Maximum anti-roll, front and rear. Dampers. Spring. Maximum stiff in the rear. It probably doesn't need to be that stiff. And minimum stiff in the front. And 1.25 natural frequency for a road car is relatively stiff. For reference, my Hyundai Genesis R Spec 3.8 has a natural frequency stock of 0.8 hertz, and it's relatively comfortable to drive on the road. Camber angle, so 1.25 is pretty stiff. I don't know what the spring rate would be for this car. It has a McPherson strut front end. I don't know what that has in the rear. It probably has a McPherson strut rear end too. And then 0.5. So definitely need the limited slip differential. Definitely want these all the way locked, or maximum locked. I was just going to do suspension, but I need the differential. I'm not going to do any horsepower changes. Actually what's necessary, I'll do that later. I need the steering angle adapter, but I'll try that right after I try it without the steering angle adapter. Third gear here. Much easier. Oh, that's because I don't have the steering angle adapter. I don't have enough steering lock to catch the slide once it starts to get past a certain threshold. But as you can see, that was much easier to sled the car initially. Okay, it's clear I need the steering angle adapter. So I'm not even going to do a full lap. Oh! The wheel was not centered. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, that's a little bit difficult. Even with the steering angle adapter, I need to minimize the drift angle because there's not enough horsepower. Oh. I think the Porsche was easier to drift than this. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's not enough horsepower there. And it's a little bit snappy in the front end. Maybe I can try reducing the front anti-roll. It just wants to regain grip very quickly. So it does that. So I get the maximum counter steer, and then it wants to grip up in the front end, and it's hard to catch. There's a decent slide. Alright, so I'm going to try reducing the front anti-roll, see what that does. My usual setting is 4 for other slidey cars, so I'm going to start with 4. As you can see, it's, I was going to say, much easier, and it is. I didn't spin out like I thought I was going to. So there might be a more ideal front anti-roll stiffness than 4, but I'm going to leave it at 4 because it's a lot faster to leave it where it is than to find the perfect anti-roll setting in the front. Just one simple change, just like a clickbait thumbnail. Oh, that was just a bad initiation. So I still can't snap the car into a slide. I have to gradually rotate the car. Oh. little bit wobbly because of the front end. Maybe I can make the anti-roll stiffer in the front. Oh, what was that? Oh, my whole sim rig is falling apart. 1 second. Let's pause this. That was first. I have parts that are not glued together on my PVC sim rig because I need to be able to take it apart and reassemble it. And I should put screws or something in the plastic. Anyway, it's back together now. Seems my new steering wheel is a bit too strong, but I need it strong for drifting. Oh, that would be very hard to do in real life with this much horsepower, or this little horsepower. Drifting that last turn at Tsukuba. So clearly the changes that I've made to the car have shown through my capability to actually drift the car. Still can't get this turn for some reason. I think I'm snapping it into oversteer a little bit too roughly. So now what I'd like to do is increase the horsepower, because I can't do inertial drift because of the brakes. Oh, I'm going to try the brake bias actually first. Let's try the brake bias. Let's see what that does. If there's enough rearward brake bias to get the car oversteering on the brakes. Not just sliding on the brakes, but oversteering on the brakes. Okay, brake controller and max rearward. I also have the handbrake, which I haven't used, so it doesn't really matter. And that's it, just that. I haven't touched the brake yet, so it's kind of not exactly showing the change that I made to the car. Okay, brakes. That's all right. All right, time to test it in this next turn, or next hairpin. You know, it's still understeer. So what I would like to do is be able to lock up all 4 tires with the brake pedal. So what that would do is it'd make the car slide in a straight line on the brakes. So whatever angle I leave it in, it would slide straight. It would essentially stop the rotation as well, but it won't cause it to under rotate. And I can't achieve that with the current brake bias settings. Just floor it. Nope. Corner's a bit too long to be able to really drift that turn with this car. I need more horsepower, so I'm going to do that. So I would like more rear brake bias, but I can't achieve that. But I can do horsepower, and I have all the mods that are not permanent, except for a turbocharger. So intercooler. I thought I got our intercooler. Maybe I didn't. Racing air filter, muffler, exhaust manifold. Is that it? I could have sworn I got an intercooler. I bet you can't even get one. That must have been a different car. I didn't get a supercharger. So just these things. What's the horsepower at now? 127. Serious? That's it? Huh. I thought it was at like 140. Yeah, that's it. Let's see if that helps. Oh, that's right. I had the ECU. Oh, I haven't had pressed triangle. There it is, 140. ECU. Anything else? I could do I do have a fully customizable transmission, but I'm not going to use it right now. The gears are just fine for this track. And that's that. Those are the only changes. Is there enough horsepower to drift this? Maybe. Oh. Not quite all the way to the curb. Still having difficulty on that hairpin. Whoa. Still have to power oversteer. I can't get it drifting on the brakes, which is very annoying. I keep saying that. I can't even keep it on track right now. That's too much drift angle for sure. It just might be enough horsepower for that last turn. Oh man, too fast. Those differential locks are not helping the mid-corner performance when not sliding. Much easier with the horsepower. There we go. Let the tires cool down. That was fairly clean. What? Lost the drift mid-turn. Almost to the curb. The car's a little bit wobbly. I might want a stiffer front anti-roll bar. So I bought two of these cars. So one of them I'm going to do all the wide body tuning and the permanent horsepower upgrades and everything. But I think I'm going to keep this one stock or with modifications that are removable. Whoops, that was pretty bad. Let's do a clean lap. Then I'm going to get back in the other car for comparison. Actually, no, I have to just do a sheet with this car. Whoops. Oh, that's not a clean lap. That's pretty sloppy. Alright, coming out of last turn. Clean lap. Not quite enough horsepower. Sloppy exit. Whoa. Oh, darn. Alright, last turn. Let's see if I can get it clean. I want to trail brake into the turn. Oh, too fast. Let's see if I can take it wide. That was kind of it. Like a really late apex. A little bit wobbly mid-corner. That was alright. So I need to keep using this car. I can't just switch to my other car because I don't have the tires for it. I'm just going to create a new sheet. Duplicate. There we go. And remove all the modifications. This is just for comparison to see the difference of all the changes that I just made. Handbrake doesn't matter because I'm not going to use it. This is the major one. Okay. Okay, very difficult to catch the slide. A little bit better than my first attempts in the beginning of the video. Oh. Oh. Yeah, much more difficult. Having the stiff rear end really helps because when drifting and you're making all kinds of corrections, the car doesn't wobble around all over the place. I mean, you can see it wobbling just on that entry there. I can't give it any power. There we go. understeer. Yes, so it's very clear the modifications I made were significant enough to improve my driving. One more corner and I'm going to call it. Can I get it? Oh, nope. Almost thought I had it. There we go. Alright, just to go over the settings one more time. Again, these aren't optimized drift settings, they're just quickly thrown together. Suspension, aerodynamics, which doesn't matter. Differential, stock transmission, and power modifications and brake balance controller, steering adapter. And that's that. I'm gonna get a replay. Actually, I'm gonna do some more driving, get a decent drift replay, and see if I can get a good thumbnail. Oh, not replay. And that's the benefit of a little bit of concentration. A fairly decent lap. There's some sloppy parts. And just to show I was driving manual mode, that's the sound it makes when I try to press it into gear without the clutch. Third gear, no clutch, clutch. Alright, till the next one. Oh wait, I need to get the replay. Almost forgot. Start, exit. Replay. Till the next one.